So guys, today I will cover with you my worst case scenario for altcoins coming in the next year, a couple of months of 2025 and maybe even 2026. So today we will make a higher time frame analysis, and this is simply speculation, what I think is the worst case scenario and what you can expect in the worst case for altcoins. Now I will remain only on the monthly chart on this whole analysis, as I don't want to look what is happening next week or tomorrow, but I'm really here for the long run. So then let's first cover Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is still in this impulse, looking very bullish, and we are not looking for any top right here. We are still looking for one more high, which in the most cases there were 5 ends in this upper range of the parallel channel, of the ending parallel channel. This is so-called an ending channel. And right there, we have also the confluence of the Fibonacci targets of the wave 5, which is the 618 and the 11618, which is very nice confluence. So this is actually the target box I'm looking for to target the wave 5. Now, so overall, we are still looking for upside on Bitcoin. Now, if we look at the altcoin market, compared to Bitcoin, how is that looking? Now, Bitcoin has been in a raging bull market since the past 3 years, where the altcoin market simply has not. Right? So here is where Bitcoin picked up from 15K, and since then altcoins simply moved to the downside, and thus just this month made a new cycle low. As you can see, we have this trend line coming here right now. We have this trend line coming here right now as support, and we have the 618 coming here as support. So this is a pretty significant support level. We bounced off there right now. We have this nice wick. And let's say, because we are in this worst case scenario, we continue this trend to the downside. Very simply follow this channel to the downside until somehow or when it breaks down or breaks to the upside. So if we simply follow this channel, go to the upper trend line, go to the lower trend line, upper, lower, and range here, right? This is the worst case scenario because this is what we have been doing the past 4 years. Then we still expect a bounce from here to the upper trend line, because that is simply what we have always done. Now, what does this actually then mean for altcoins? If we take it from here, and let's say we finish or we touch the trend line up maybe in October or something, or in September, this still means 40% outperformance on Bitcoin. Now, if Bitcoin by that time stays flat, then the other chart, so the altcoin chart, which we see here, simply will go up by 40% if Bitcoin doesn't move, which would mean we are right back here at the highs, where everyone was euphoric and everything. So this is where actually we will visit those old times where altcoins had a nice boom phase, but weren't in an alt season at all. So that means most of the people should be, or most of the people that bought the top should be at break even at that point. But as we just saw, Bitcoin is in a bull market and likely to make a new high. So Bitcoin won't stay flat during the time where the altcoin market will outperform Bitcoin. Let's say we go to the lower side of this box, then we move up by, let's say, 40% again. This means altcoins outperform Bitcoin by 40%, which does and 40% outperformance on the dollar. In conclusion, we go up by 80%. So 80% up on the altcoin market on a dollar pair would put us at all-time highs. Exactly here. Wait, let me draw this nicely. So all-time highs. If the altcoin market against Bitcoin simply continues this trend to the downside, which has has been doing the past 4 years, then we are still going to make new all-time highs on the altcoin market. It's simply this. This is the worst case scenario without alt season, right? Forget alt season. We see alt season once we break this trend. We see alt season once we really break out. This is alt season. Following this trend is nowhere alt season. So even without an alt season, we are expecting all-time highs. So I think there's really too much drama right now on the altcoin market. I don't see really why everyone is so panicking right now. I mean, this is the most obvious worst case scenario where we take out the all-time high. So even if you are in drawdown or in red because you bought this top range, yeah, then you should still be fine once you take out all-time highs. And then you can still decide if you want to play this party or simply drop out, right? If you also look at the Bitcoin dominance, it is at quite significant resistance, right? This whole range here is resistance. So we can pretty much say we are more near to the top than to the bottom. Again, if we look at the others dominance, so not the Bitcoin dominance, but the altcoin dominance, what we can see here is that we have been respecting this as support and resistance for many, many years. Now, since 2018, this has been holding. Now, the last time we went here, we tested this as support pretty nicely. We bounced off strong. Now, right now, we are forming again a really, really nice wick. We are rejecting from here, which simply shows us that this is a pretty nice support level. So I think we should not be worried too much. Now let's go back to the scenario, okay? So this was just side information about confluences and what I think, but let's go back to the scenario. So in the scenario, we had Bitcoin going up, hitting this upper box, and what then? Well, then we will likely see in the next bear market. Well, what does that mean for altcoins? It simply means that if we take a look at the others dominance chart, another others dominance, but the others against Bitcoin chart, because this is pretty much the important chart, that we will range here at the lows, making new lows and lower highs. So we're in the downtrend. This will mean if Bitcoin sees the next bear market, that the Fed or finally has a reason to change this chart, right? This is the balance sheet. Then they see, okay, the economy is as shit. Let's buy assets. Let's pump liquidity into the market. It's that simple. So then this goes to the upside. What does that mean? That means that risk assets finally show outperformance. That means once we see the bear market, we have a reason for altcoins to outperform. So let's say we had this move, we made a new all-time high, we came all the way down. This is where the bear market starts. Okay, we came a little bit further into the bear market. Now we are at real lows. Now the Fed starts to end quantitative tightening, and from here on, altcoins outperform Bitcoin. But the reason is that they are not going up on the dollar pair is because Bitcoin is going down, right? If Bitcoin is going down and altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin, they are only outperforming Bitcoin on their way to the downside. If Bitcoin goes down by 10%, altcoins will go down by 5%. But they are still down. But what does that mean? You are gaining Satoshi value. So if we see the new all-time high, we came down next bear market, the Fed ends quantitative tightening, we will see altcoins outperform Bitcoin, which means they gain in Satoshi value. And if you believe in Bitcoin, if you believe that this multi-year uptrend of Bitcoin, this macro trend will remain, will not break, then it really doesn't matter because you are gaining Satoshi value. And at some point, we will take out all-time highs again. Also at this point, if you believe in Bitcoin, it did not matter if you buy at 69K because eventually you will come to 100K. And the same is here. If you go on Satoshi value with altcoins during this volatile downside, okay, then let's say you couldn't buy a whole Bitcoin now, you put it in the altcoins bled, then altcoins outperform, now your altcoins are worth 1 Bitcoin. So yes, they're worth like Bitcoin is worth this, but you have more of it now. And once Bitcoin reaches 200K, yeah, then you are back in profits. So this is really the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is mid to short term to take out all-time highs, and then in the longer run, in the next bear market, to maybe see an outperformance during the downside of Bitcoin. This is what I think the worst case scenario is. And even in this scenario, everyone should be in profits until then, because we will take out all-time highs. If you are not in profits by then you are simply in pump fund coins that are dead by then, or probably dead even now. So stick with the white altcoins, stick with the gold altcoins, like the high caps, you know, it's Prime, AVAX, Chainlink, on the Tau, Render, and etc. etc. So I hope you like this update of my expectations, of my worst expectations on the altcoin market. Why this is not what I actually think. I think we will see a outperformance this year. Why Bitcoin is going to the upside, which will mean altcoins will absolutely explode in a dollar pair. This is what I think. But even on the worst case scenario, I think we will take out all-time highs pretty soon this year. So bye bye. I hope you liked it.